Kylan Ardis stood on the observation deck of the Ascendant, gazing out at the mesmerizing swirl of the Milky Way. As a decorated officer, he had seen many wonders, but the beauty of space always left him in awe. His thoughts were interrupted by a chime from his AI companion, Andromeda. "Lieutenant Ardis, Captain Voss requests your presence in the briefing room." Andromeda's smooth voice echoed in his quarters. "On my way," Kylan replied, straightening his uniform before heading out. The corridors of the Ascendant buzzed with activity. Engineers, scientists, and soldiers moved with purpose, each playing their part in the upcoming mission. Kylan entered the briefing room to find Captain Liora Voss, a stern but fair leader, along with Dr. Elias Rourke and Sergeant Trent Vale. "Ah, Lieutenant Ardis, glad you could join us," Captain Voss began. "We've received a distress signal from Thalnox Prime. Our allies, the Thalnoxians, are under attack by an unknown enemy. We are to provide assistance and investigate the threat." Dr. Rourke, the ship's lead scientist, added, "Preliminary scans indicate the enemy might possess technology far beyond our own. This mission will not only test our combat readiness, but also our ingenuity." Kylan nodded. "Understood, Captain. What's our plan of action?" "We'll jump to Thalnox Prime immediately," Captain Voss replied. "Sergeant Vale will lead a ground team to assist the Thalnoxian defense, while you, Lieutenant Ardis, will join me in investigating the enemy's technology." Dismissed. As Kylan prepared for the mission, he couldn't shake the feeling that this was the beginning of something far greater than a simple rescue operation. The Ascendant emerged from hyperspace above Thalnox Prime, a lush green planet with sprawling cities and ancient forests. The sight that greeted them, however, was one of chaos. The planet's surface was dotted with explosions, and the defensive fleet was locked in a fierce battle with sleek, black enemy ships. "All hands battle stations," Captain Voss commanded. "Sergeant Vale, prepare your team for immediate deployment. Lieutenant Ardis, you're with me." Kylan and Captain Voss made their way to the ship's research lab, where Dr. Rourke was already analyzing data from the enemy ships. "These readings are off the charts," Dr. Rourke said, his eyes wide with excitement. "Their energy signatures are unlike anything we've encountered. It's as if they're drawing power directly from the fabric of space-time." Before Kylan could respond, Andromeda's voice filled the room. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the Thalnoxian leader, Zolar Maktis." The screen flickered to life, revealing the stern visage of Zolar Maktis, a Thalnoxian with deep purple skin and piercing silver eyes. "Captain Voss, we are grateful for your assistance," Zolar said. "Our enemy is relentless, and we are struggling to hold them back. Any aid you can provide will be invaluable." "We're deploying ground forces now," Captain Voss replied. "We'll also be investigating the enemy's technology. Any information you can provide will be helpful." Zolar nodded. "I'll send you all the data we have." "Good luck, Captain." As the Ascendant's ground forces descended to the surface, Kylan and Captain Voss focused on the mysterious enemy ships. Dr. Rohr's analysis revealed a potential weakness in their energy shields. "If we can disrupt their power source, we might be able to neutralize their advantage," Dr. Rourke explained. Kylan, Captain Voss, and a small team of engineers prepared to board one of the enemy ships. As they approached, the ship's sleek design and dark, almost organic appearance filled them with a sense of foreboding. "Stay sharp," Captain Voss cautioned as they breached the hull. Inside, the ship was eerily quiet, with corridors lined with pulsating, bioluminescent veins. The team moved cautiously, scanning for any signs of life. "Over here," Kylan whispered, pointing to a central chamber where a massive, glowing crystal hovered above a complex array of machinery. Dr. Rourke's eyes widened. "This must be their power source. If we can disrupt it, we might be able to turn the tide of the battle." As they worked to disable the crystal, An alarm blared, and the walls around them seemed to come alive. Vicar Drath, a fearsome enemy commander with glowing red eyes and a menacing presence, appeared before them. "You dare invade our ship?" Vicar growled. "You will pay for your insolence." Kylan and Captain Voss prepared for a fight, but Vicar's power was overwhelming. Just as they were about to be overwhelmed, Andromeda's voice rang out through their communicators. "I've accessed the ship's systems, disrupting the power source now." With a deafening crack, the crystal shattered, and the ship shuddered violently. Vicar roared in fury as his ship began to lose power. "Fall back," Captain Voss ordered, and the team made a hasty retreat. Back on the Ascendant, the crew watched as the enemy ships began to falter. The disruption of their power source had given the Thalnoxians a much-needed advantage. "Captain, the Thalnoxian forces are pushing back the enemy," Andromeda reported. "We've bought them some time." "Good work, everyone," Captain Voss said. "But this isn't over yet. We need to find out who these enemies are and why they're attacking." Kylan, still reeling from the encounter with Vicar Drath, joined Dr. Rourke in the lab to analyze the data they had gathered. "These readings, they suggest a level of technology far beyond our own," Dr. Rourke mused. "It's as if they're tapping into a source of energy we've only theorized about." Kylan frowned. "What does that mean for us?" "It means we need to learn from them," Dr. Rourke replied. "If we can understand their technology, we might be able to find a way to defend against it or even use it ourselves." As the battle raged on, the Ascendant received an urgent message from Zolar Maktis. "Captain Voss, we've identified the enemy's command ship. If we can take it out, we might be able to end this conflict." Captain Voss nodded. "Understood. Lieutenant Ardis, Sergeant Vale, you're with me. We're taking the fight to them." The team boarded a shuttle and made their way to the massive enemy command ship. The battle outside was fierce, with ships from both sides exchanging heavy fire. "Stay focused," Captain Voss urged as they breached the hull of the command ship. Inside, the ship was a labyrinth of dark corridors and pulsating energy. They fought their way through waves of enemy soldiers, determined to reach the command center. As they entered the central chamber, they were met by Vicar Drath once again. "You will not stop us," Vicar snarled, his eyes blazing with fury. Kylan and Sergeant Vale engaged Vicar in a fierce battle, their weapons clashing with his energy blades. Captain Voss and Dr. Rourke worked to disable the ship's systems, hoping to cripple their enemy once and for all. With a final desperate push, Kylan managed to land a decisive blow, sending Vicar crashing to the ground. The ship shuddered as its systems began to fail. "We need to get out of here," Captain Voss shouted. The team made a hasty retreat, barely escaping as the command ship erupted in a massive explosion. Back on the Ascendant, the crew watched as the remaining enemy ships retreated, their command structure shattered. "We did it," Kylan said, a sense of relief washing over him. Captain Voss nodded. "But this is just the beginning. We need to be prepared for whatever comes next," Dr. Rourke added. "The technology we've encountered here, it could change everything. We need to study it, understand it, and use it to protect humanity." As the Ascendant made its way back to Earth, Kylan couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They had faced an enemy beyond their understanding and emerged victorious. But he also knew that their journey was far from over. "Lieutenant Ardis," Andromeda's voice broke through his thoughts. "Captain Voss requests your presence on the bridge." Kylan smiled. "On my way." As he made his way to the bridge, he knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, humanity would face them together, with courage and determination. The battle for Thalnox Prime was just the beginning. The encounter with the mysterious enemy had opened new doors of possibility and danger. As the Ascendant and its crew prepared for the unknown, they carried with them the hope and resilience of humanity. For Kylan Ardis, Captain Liora Voss, and the rest of the crew, their journey was far from over. They would continue to explore the stars, seeking out new allies, new threats, and new opportunities to prove that humanity, despite its flaws, was a force to be reckoned with. And as they ventured into the vast expanse of the galaxy, they knew one thing for certain: the echoes of their victory would resonate through the stars, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity.